Welcome back to See You Next Thursday
Welcome.
with Pixie Retreat. I am Willow,
And Tree.
and we thought that today we would talk about this concept called segment intending. It's a really, really great way to get out in front of your day and kind of prime the day for the way that you want to see it going.
Or your night.
Or your night,
Your
whatever, or whatever, right, at whatever point in the day. And you can literally segment intend all day long so that you're literally between each segment of your day. So, for example, do you want to speak for a second? So I'm just diving right in.
For example, we're out and about doing some stuff, and we're entering into our next segment, which is sitting down here. And our next segment after this, and thank God for this thunder.
Do you hear it? The thunder?
It claps really hard. So
It's so
awesome with the southern thunderstorms.
Yeah, it's so humid out right now.
So segment intending that we're starting a new practice today. We're letting go of some things legit that we're wanting to create some space to allow for newness in, particularly in our evenings. So our segment intending for this next.
Well, it's not segment intending is very personal. So, I think a really great way to start segment intending in the day is when you wake up in the morning and you're laying there in bed, I'll speak that I'll lay in bed, and before getting up, I will segment intend that section of my morning. So I might lay there and tell myself that I'm going to get up and have a really fantastic meditation, because that's what I tend to do first thing in the morning, and that it's going to be really cosmic and mystical, and I'm going to clear the cobwebs out of my mind, and I'm going to have a really, really great morning. And that first segment of it is going to be my meditation practice. Then when I'm done with that, I'm moving to the next segment of my day. So I'm going to get in front of that segment.
So you're basically just setting an intention for each next portion that's coming in.
Exactly.
Right?
Right. So like the next thing might be me getting in my car to go to work. That's not really my situation right now. But so I would talk to myself about how smooth the traffic's going to be, how all the lights are going to be green for me. I'm just going to have a really pleasant, lovely morning commute, listening to my favorite music or a really great podcast. Right now, we're both really, really interested in Elizabeth Ralph, who is
the spiritual investor.
The spiritual investor. She's really, really amazing. We can put a little link at the end of this. See you next Thursday.
It's basically it's just what we are trying to say, Willowette, and if I'm hearing you correctly and what I know of segment intending is that you are setting an intention for each next event of your day. And there's a lot of different segments that happen throughout your day.
You could have 20 segments in a day, which seems like a lot, that you're like, oh, I've got to get in front of 20 segments.
But if you consciously set an intention for it, then in setting an intention, perhaps you get off track, but then you circle back to that intention. And when you circle back to the intention usually is a pure intention. I'm sweating. The intention is usually pure, and if you can just remind yourself of what your intention is.
Well, the beauty of segment intending is that you're pre-paving what you believe your next segment's going to be. You're not just going into it willy-nilly and just letting things come and go. Do you know what I mean? It's like
even going into a dream state when you're going to bed at night. I really relish in the quiet and these sounds too.
The cicadas.
And I relish in the quiet or listening to somebody that's super soothing, that's going to put me into like a meditative state that allows me to step into my dream world, because my dream world is very active and I am obsessed with my dream world, but I love to go to sleep at night. I love it. And so when I set an intention for my sleeping, then generally speaking, I have really powerful dreams that feel like my reality. So it's like I have this portion of my day that's sleeping, and then the portion that's awake, and to me, they're both equally my reality.
Well, and segment intending is also, it's basically setting out the emotions that you want to feel in the next portion of your day. Like I said, so I get up, I segment intend before I get out of bed about how great my meditation's going to be, how lovely my night's sleep was, how I love getting up and splashing cold water on my face and maybe icing my face down, brushing my teeth, and then going to sit down for my meditation and just having a really lovely deep meditation. Then my next segment may be hopping in the shower and, getting ready for work, or, getting ready for what's next in my day. And I want that to be pleasant and peaceful and, just putting out the direction that you want your next segment of your day to go. And a lot of times it really is about the feelings of things. Like I said, then maybe the next one would be hopping in my vehicle and setting off for my first appointment of the day. And so I'm going to segment intend for smooth and easy traffic, hitting all the green lights, having some great music playing, and just having a really pleasant drive to my appointment or to work or whatever.
Well, and even
then the next segment might be walking into work or walking into the appointment with a really good attitude of who I'm going to see. And maybe if it's somebody that I have challenges with, instead of thinking about that, I'm going to segment intend that we have a really easy, peaceful interaction, that it's not antagonistic, that it's pleasant. I'm not going to use anything negative in my segment intending.
Well, anybody actually in your realm, really focusing on the things that you enjoy about them rather than the things that bug you, make you feel crazy. If you're focusing on the things that you enjoy about that person, then your interactions.
That person that you may be meeting at work or segmented. So whoever you're coming into contact with, that you are setting the intention for easy communication.
Well, it's like your vibration. When accidents happen, when things happen, when vibrations happen, and what puts us into certain scenarios. It's really interesting to think about. But the more conscious we are, and the more we're really tapped into our being present moment, then the more we can shape and kind of craft the direction of the encounters or the experience. And yeah, pretty cool.
So basically segment intending is pre-paving each portion of your day with the most positive and peaceful kinds of interactions, driving, grocery shopping, whatever, that when you walk into Whole Foods, they're going to have everything you need so that you don't need to go to another store. Just pre-paving all of this stuff so that your interactions in the day are more powerful and more positive. You're not leaking energy. You are stepping into your power and basically co-creating with the day, with the universe, so that I have a really pleasant, peaceful, powerful day.
So perhaps this is something that we practice.
It's a practice.
We just love to share what we're practicing, which might bore some, but I think if you're in the receptive mode and like eager to learn some new tactics, you might be into it.
Or eager to have a different kind of encounter with somebody that you're not getting along with at work. You know what I mean? That you just kind of pre-pave it and you're able to move through your day with that kind of, or that segment of the day with just a really peaceful, positive, powerful intention that everything is always going my way. And that's really what it is. It's like kind of setting out that big intention.
The mantra.
Everything is always going my way,
The
or
mantra.
everything is always working out for my highest good. It's just pre-paving each segment of the day to basically incorporate that.
Yeah. Everything's always working out for you.
Everything is always
And for
working
me.
out for you. Everything is always working out for you.
Everything I desire
Everything is always working out for
within my
me.
reach. Everything that I want is coming into being. I just need to remove all blocks, all resistance.
And this is just a way to remove blocks, really.
And really just to focus on what I want.
Yes.
If I focus on what I don't want, what I don't want is more in my present moment.
Yes.
And so setting down our past, focusing on what we want, moving towards the things that feel really good and just going with that. I mean, something that we've been experiencing a lot lately in our transition period, which we're still in, is that we think, oh, we have to be doing this, we have to be working like this, we've got to be creating this, we've got to like solve these self-imposed deadlines that we have. And what keeps happening is these trips and like these weekend trips, week trips, couple week trips, like, and we've done so many of them, and it's been so fun, and so just to reconnect and enjoy life from a different lens. And so the more that we think we need to do, you know, this work piece, and we enjoy that, this other stuff keeps coming up, and so that's what we have to do. So we're like, well, let's just enjoy this. We're gonna enjoy this segment because that's what's presenting.
Yeah. And
so the more we operate from that perspective, which is like, is enjoying and finding the fun and actually living and not worrying, which I do, the more quickly all of these things that we're desiring will come our direction.
Right. So to wrap it up, because this doesn't need to be super long, segment intending is where you are setting down what you want to see happen and how you want to move to get the things that you need to get out of your day every time you're stepping into a new segment of your day. You are intending, you are intentioning, you are setting out your most positive intentions for this new segment that you're stepping into. And like I said, we could have 20 in the day. And you might forget to do one. And that might be a good thing that you forget to do one, because it might not go the way you wanted it to go, which might more quickly get you back into that mode of segment intending the next one.
And it might sound silly,
They're
but
just
the more
practices.
you move towards shifting your mindset into the things that you desire,
that you want,
versus the things that bother you, that are the past, that you don't want because that's just drawing more of that to you, then the more that you focus on your experiences and how you want them to really work for you and be fun, then the more that will happen for you. And that's pretty much what it means. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
And if you're more curious about this, the Abraham Hicks book, Ask and It Is Given, there's 22 different exercises or games that you can do or play that can help you get into these modes of getting what you want in life.
Receiving.
Playing
Allowing.
these little games like segment intending. They're just ways to help shift our belief systems, to shift the stories that we tell ourselves, to shift into what it is we really want to see happen in our lives, not what we don't want to see happen.
And get unstuck.
Get unstuck.
Go down,
do it.
downstream with the flow. Downstream.
Anyway, that's our See You Next Thursday all around segment intending. And if you liked this, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. And we'll put a little note in there about the book, the Abraham Hicks book, Ask and It Is Given. And also, because we touched on Elizabeth Ralph. What is
Spiritual Investor.
The Spiritual Investor.
She has a podcast.
It's really great. And
Follow
it's
her
not
on
just
Instagram.
around money. It's about the energetics of money and our energetics and how we can
effortless
Effortless-
money making.
effort-
We'll talk
yeah,
about that
this is
later.
a whole
but
other.
It's moving from a place of effortlessness, and it's really the art of allowing too.
It really is.
And so and they're all interconnected. All of these like spiritual notions and practices. They're all intertwined, coming from different angles.
And just, it's like, here's another way to look at this, just really quickly, and then we'll wrap it up. But like, say you're in the gym and you've been working out and you've been doing things a certain kind of way, and you've seen all of this gain, you've seen your muscles grow, you've seen maybe your waistline drop, you've seen all of these great things, but you kind of hit a wall. Like, say you've been doing it for a year and now you need some new stuff to do. That's all that this stuff is. They're just new practices that can help you move through, push through a block or push through a plateau and to reach a new level within yourself.
It's all mental though. And
all
that's
is mental.
And that's the part that it's no time, no space, nowhere, no one, no thing.
Nobody.
And using our brains, because we don't use hardly any of it in our day-to-day, the consciousness is, and like that we have so much expansiveness
To
and
expand.
The idea is to expand and to expand effortlessly.
Yeah.
All right. Peace.
Peace out. We'll see you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday.